Welcome back. So remember, on the learn documentation on creating your first Fabric app, right? The first thing you need is a Microsoft account with access to Fabric, right? Now I have my own account already. You can see my account. I'm signing with my account, and I'm actually using the Fabric free trial. I'm still actually using the free trial, right? So which means you need to have your own account, and you need to sign in, right? You need to sign in, right? You can actually use your organization account also. Now, you also see here a Fabric workspace where you have the contributor or admin access. So this is a free developer account I have here. So I actually have the admin access because I'm actually the admin also. So if you're not the admin for your own account, you need a workspace where you have that access, that ability also, right? Then, of course, Fabric app enabled in your tenant settings, which simply means since I am the admin here, I can simply come to settings, and I can come to the admin portal. So settings, admin portal. So if you're not using your own personal, if you're not, maybe you're using an organizational account and you don't have access to the admin, you need a workspace where you be given this admin access, or you tell your admin, he will then enable Fabric within Fabric apps within that particular workspace, right? So since, of course, this is my account, it's a free developer account, and I have access to the admin portal. Since I'm the admin, I'll come to the admin portal. Now on the tenant settings, I'm looking for two things. I need to enable Fabric for my entire organization, right? I need to enable Fabric. So on the Microsoft Fabric section, just scroll down carefully until you find enable Fabric app item. It's currently under preview, right? So you can actually check enable for the entire organization or specific security group, right? Or some exceptions are made, then you click on apply. That's one. You need to have this enabled. Now this is on the Microsoft Fabric, right? On the Microsoft Fabric category. Now I need you to then scroll down to the integration part of it. Scroll down until you find integration settings. Scroll down until you find integration settings. Now this is integration settings. On integration settings, I need you to then enable semantic model execute query REST API. You also need to enable this for you to be able to use the Fabric app. See, users in the organization can query semantic model using data analysis expressions, which is DAX, through Power BI REST API. So you need to enable this while also going to be needing it. So these are the two basic things you actually need to enable within your Fabric environment, right? You need to enable those two things within your Fabric environment. Okay. Now that I've done that, the next thing you also then need to do, we are going to be using an agent, right? Either you're going to be using GitHub Copilot or you're going to be using Claude, right? For me, most times I use Claude, right? For some reasons, I'm just comfortable using Claude. And whatever we're going to do using Claude, you still can use GitHub Copilot and it's going to give you same thing, same result, right? However, you need to then install VS Code, which simply means by now you should have VS Code installed, right? You should have VS Code installed. Now, if you're not using VS Code, that means you're probably going to be using Claude Code on the web, but I'm actually using Claude Code for VS Code, right? So I have VS Code installed, and since I have VS Code installed, I then have some extensions that are very important to me, which is Claude Code for VS Code. I have that extension here, right, which is currently what I'm going to be using. Then you also then need to install Power BI Modeling Server, MCP Server. You're going to need the Power BI Modeling MCP Server. You already know what this does. It's an agent, right, for modeling and every other thing. Enables you to connect to Power BI before now, which is cool. Now, of course, you can also add your GitHub pull request, right? Now, like I said, you can either be using Claude Code, or you're going to be using Copilot, GitHub Copilot. So I also have Copilot in plain sight here if I choose to use Copilot, but I'm going to be using GitHub, so which is fine also. So whichever one you choose to use is actually fine, no issues at all. Now, a couple of things I need you to download and install also. The link to them is actually on the video description. So one of those things is I need you to install Node, right? you need to download and install Node. That's one. Also download and install Git. That's two. Now I have a guide I have actually created that I'm also going to share. You'll be able to download this guide, right? You can see it's just a walkthrough guide. The first thing you need to do, right? You see it here. It said Fabric app item, which is what we've done already. Then the REST API, we've done this already. Of course, our workflow, we're going to talk about this shortly. So these are the two things I need you to also, we've done already. Now you can see step one, I need you to install Node, right? Install Node. Then step two, you also install Git, right? Install Git also. Then step three, unlock PowerShell script. Then step four, VS Code. Then we'll come to that setup. So these are the things you need to install, right? Now, one very last thing that you may be needing or will be needing is actually the skills for Fabric, right? I think this is optional for now because I actually created my first app without having this skill, so it's still optional. So the skills for Fabric, the link is also attached to the video description, right? The link is also attached to the video description. This is actually the skills for Fabric, and the skill you're going to actually be looking for is the Power BI authoring, semantic model, Power BI report skills. I don't think you need this, but you can actually have this installed. It will help you eventually if you ever need it, right? Now, to install this, it's actually straightforward. You can see the plugin here, right? Plugin Marketplace, add these skills for Fabric. You can add the entire skills for Fabric, and you can see the block of skills you have available, right? And what they do, right? So this becomes important for you. So to add these skills, you then need to do one very important thing. On your VS Code terminal, right? You need to install either GitHub Copilot or Claude, because as it stands now on my terminal here, if I type Claude and hit my enter button, I already have Claude installed. Yes, if I just hit my enter button and say yes, you can see I have Claude installed already, right? I have Claude installed already. So I also have GitHub Copilot installed also. So I have Claude installed and I have GitHub Copilot installed, whichever one of them, like I said, is fine. So it's actually on this terminal that you're only going to be able to install the skills for Fabric, these skills, right? So you just need to copy this code and paste it on the terminal. I've done that already. I've installed this already, so I don't need to do it again. Like I said, I think you do well. You'll be able to create your first app without having these particular skills installed, but it's also a good have you can work with because I use it also. So that's basically everything you're going to have. You need to install. Like I said, I have a guide here already for you also. So what we're going to be doing today, I also have a documentation, the guide on everything you need to do, which I'm also going to give you access for you to be able to download, right? And use this as a guide. We're going to be looking at the guide as we go on creating our first Fabric app. So by now, I want to believe you have everything installed. You can go ahead, install everything, make sure everything works properly, perfectly fine, right? Install everything, make sure everything works perfectly fine. And like I said, I'm going to be using VS Code, right? So I'm just going to come to Cloud Code. So I have Cloud Code here. So I'm going to say new session. So I'm just going to keep this here for now. You can see, like I said, I'm using Cloud Code for VS Code. So you can actually use the web version if you're comfortable. It's fine. You can use any of the versions. So once you have everything installed, like I said, everything perfectly installed and the item enabled. So the first thing we then need to do, remember, for us to create our app, that simply means we need a model, right? There must be a data model you want to actually build the app on, right? So you have the model, then the app would sit on the model, right? Everything is going to be done by the agent. You're practically not going to be doing anything yourself, right? You just need to give the instructions, right? So for first time users, right? So what I decided to do was I want to just walk you through, right, how we can actually just create a simple model within the Fabric environment. Then we have our semantic model. Then we can go ahead and just create our app, right? So the first thing is I'm going to now walk you step by step on how you going to create your workspace, create your lakehouse, model your data, create your semantic model, then just give the app your semantic model and it builds an entire interface for you, right? So the documentation I have here, you can see the process, the pipeline at a glance, which is the data set, right? There's a link to your OneDrive. Let me just quickly show you that. So this is the OneDrive. You can see the data set is here, the layout, everything you need to create the app is actually here. You have access to the OneDrive. You can download everything, right? So now, like I said, the flow process is here: Excel, OneDrive, data flow gen 2, Lakehouse, direct lake model, then your Fabric app. So this is the entire process we're going to follow. So on the next video, we're going to begin. And we're actually going to be starting from this very point I am now, right? I'm signing into my Fabric environment, and the first thing I'd want to do is create a workspace. Then we move from there. But before we do that, make sure you have your data, you downloaded the data, and the data is somewhere in your OneDrive, right? Take the data to your OneDrive. Just create a folder within your OneDrive and drop the data there. So I'll see you on the next video. Bye for now.